Welcome back. This segment of our program brought to you by A.G. Hines Company. If you're a do-it-yourselfer, start your next project with a trip to A.G. Hines Company. Serving East Tennessee for more than 100 years, they have the tools and the building materials you need. I turn to them for this brand new set, A.G. Hines Company, folks, and aghines.com. All right, let's welcome in the next two members of our panel. Right down here, longtime sports writer and owner and runner of the Cavaleras, the Chucky C. Note Casino. You do a great job every week with the line, either the line or the over-under or both. Chuck Cavaleras right there.
Thank you. Appreciate the love.
Right here from 99.1 The Sports Animal, we have Josh Ward. Josh, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
All right. Each week in this segment, I ask you guys, what did we learn? This is where we get a little bit more into specifics. And I will simply let Josh begin. What did you learn last night?
I learned Aaron Murray would make several sacrifices to have the talent of Joe Milton, but understandably so. But I recognize the competition, but Joe Milton looks like he has a better understanding, better grasp of what they want to do. And he's made throws in both of the games where he's had a chance that most humans cannot make. So you never know what's going to happen over the course of a season if something happens with Hendon Hooker. I do believe we're seeing that what we've heard about the confidence in Joe Milton is real.
Okay.
And speaking of Hooker, how about I wrote it down, 185 passes without an interception, which is a school record. So that's a definite jinx right there, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's sure to come, but
Well, and he threw a touchdown last night for the 15th straight game, which is, I think, the UT put it out there that it was 3 shy of Heath Schuler's all-time record.
Boy, and talk about building depth, and it looked like you're developing players while you're doing it. I had 7 players carry at least once. 12 guys caught a pass. I mean, that's 19 that are actually involved in the game. So it's really when you look at Tennessee, what did you learn, guys? This football team's getting better, and they're to be reckoned with.
Bob, I talked to you last night. I'm still.
I mean, Chuck, I'm going down the same road you are. When was the last time I said that to you about a UT football?
It was the halftime when Georgia was about to crush Tennessee.
when Jeremy hey, that's a pretty good-looking football
This team could win some games, and then you talked last night.
They won one more the rest of the way.
Akron, and I'm feeling kind of bad about, I'm getting excited about this because it's Akron. But Jimmy took what I was going to say, Hyatt.
Dang old Jimmy.
In Hyatt, I think he not only caught the ball, he looked comfortable catching the ball. He looked good running after he caught it, looked incredibly athletic after he did. So that was my specific thing, the improvement. And the reason you feel a little better about this stuff is guys are improving under this coaching staff, whereas we go a long way back and guys just didn't seem to get any better. They showed up, they were either good or they weren't.
The most impressive thing I've seen, because I was thinking about it, is speed. Because there was a couple years ago where we had the slowest team in the SEC by far. And you saw yesterday, Dylan Sampson,
that was one I had. Sampson looks like a guy who lives up to the billing.
Elijah Herring popped.
Leads the team in sacks.
Man, he came off the field. I saw something, and I was like, that guy needs to play more.
When you said that earlier, that's who I thought of.
I mean, he was fast.
That's just what I was telling John.
No,
it wasn't halftime, his third quarter.
I see it too. I agree. I just remember that's Akron. We said last week, Ohio State put 60 on them last year. Auburn put 59 on them last year. Michigan State put, 52, 59 on them last week. I want to see them against Florida. This is going to tell us you went up against 2 subpar MAC teams so far. You went to Pitt.
Right.
That was a different type of team. You beat a team that's built like a Big Ten team. Offensive line, defensive line, we're going to punch you in the mouth, we're going to run the football. You beat them, which is a great win. This week will be the first time you're up against SEC speed, and I want to see, do Tennessee's guys fly all over the field and like this against Florida? If they do, I'll join you in waving the pom-poms. But right now, I've been burned too many times to say, yeah, man, what a win versus Akron. They're great.
Oh, it's not the win. Alex said, you can see speed on camera, even against the opponent. And those 3 guys showed you had depth with speed. And there were a couple years ago that you had guys, if they got in the field, you said that is the slowest player. They time his 40 with a calendar.
Oh, I agree. But still, I'm just saying your speed can look better when the other guy doesn't have speed.
That's
all I'm saying.
That is
But I agree, they do look
what
more
I
athletic.
was saying last night. It worries me now about you.
Hey,
I know.
hey, and John, other than Jimmy Callaway, who I think needs to get in the Golden Gloves boxing program right away, were all those personal fouls justified? Or I mean, some of them, you saw some of those, and I know I'm like, that's not a penalty.
This is what we learned, so
Yeah, but that's
it's not
what I
really
learned.
the
Well,
segment, but okay.
I know, but what I learned was I don't think they were all penalties.
What Chuck learned is the officiating can be uneven.
Here, I wanted to get in one more question for you. Did we learn something about Jalen Wright and Jabari Small? Let me put up a graphic here. Who should be your starter? I mean, Jalen Wright's had more carries this year, but he's averaging 5.1 yards per carry as opposed to Jabari Small's 3.8. That's a considerable gap. Now, Small has been your starter, so he's been out there against first teams a little bit more. But have we learned something there about who the starter should be, or do you think, no, keep it with Jabari Small? If he's healthy against Florida, it should be Small first, Wright number 2, and then see how it goes from there? Or do you say, now, we also have to take into account Wright has a tendency to put the ball on the ground.
Yeah, he's had a fumble. in
So
two
your
games.
thoughts? What do you think about the running back? Did we learn something or no? Just keep it as is.
I don't think we've learned yet because Jabari hasn't been able to show as much. Maybe that's part of your answer you're going to come up with is you need more help, because I definitely expected more production to this point. But again, if you go out the very beginning of a game that against that kind of opponent, he could have put up monster numbers. But I think we learned Dylan Sampson deserves more of an opportunity in the backfield.
Yeah, I think that's the pitch. I think you're also saying I just think those guys are seeing better the first cut than Small is. I see him truly as a short yard back. I've got this hole, I'm gonna get 3 yards. He's not a guy that's gonna put his foot in the ground and go make him miss.
Pro Football Focus had a scary stat from the Pitt game that I saw this week. Tennessee averaged 0.9 yards before contact on their rush plays against Pitt. So you're not even getting a yard upfield before you're touched. You're not really creating a whole lot of holes for those guys,
Right.
which means who can slide his way through what hole there is should probably be getting more carries.
Well, I mean, and you have some of that, and I think Tennessee's curveball or changeup to this is they showed something that Florida has to work on, which is a speed option play.
Right, they showed
and that is their counter of if we're not getting enough run, we've got something now for you.
I was sitting there watching that thinking I almost kind of wish they hadn't done it. I know it makes Florida have to work on it, but I thought, boy, that's a good looking.
And I love Jalen Wright as long as he can hold on to the ball. I love that extra effort when he gets close to the goal line. I mean, you can see that with him.
Okay, good deal. When we come back, Tennessee won big, Florida looked average. So, should Vol fans be confident that UT can get the win against Florida on Saturday? You're hearing chuckling. I'm being positive here. Come on back on the Sports Source, we'll discuss.
Miss an episode? Catch up at sportsource.tv or our YouTube channel.